So that's it now. This is actually ready to render, but we do need to do a quick camera animation. And the way I did this was, it was this kind of bird's eye view. I didn't want to drop down the camera too much because I would be seeing beyond the edge of the city and where the cars are floating out there, but also I wouldn't be seeing the highways that we stuck down in between the city either. So we want to make sure to have this kind of bird's eye camera angle. The center of the scene is down there somewhere. We can create a null object to see where that is roughly. I'm going to start somewhere just a bit off center, angle wise. And let's make our camera a child of that null object. Once we find the angle that we like, go back to frame 0 and we are going to animate the rotation heading. So not really a whole lot to do here. Start with a keyframe, go all the way to the end, and just maybe stop at about 35 degrees or so. So from that starting point, we span around this much. I want this to be linear. Let's go to the rotation in the keyframe manager. This is in the timeline window, and make that linear. So just a slow panning camera like this. I think that might actually be too slow. So at the beginning, we can start with a negative value. Let's say maybe about -10 or so. So the camera has longer to travel now. But the original was that slow, so it's not very different, I suppose. We could also re-enable our cars, just so we can see a better preview of the whole thing. The floor material down there doesn't have anything on it, so we're gonna make a black material, just turn off everything. Apply it to that plane, and I will also move it to -1 centimeter so it doesn't intersect with anything above it. And yeah, this is the final quick camera angle. You could maybe increase the focal length to 50 for a closer look. That's something you could animate between frames to switch from being a wider frame to more zoomed in. And that's exactly what I did in this original you see here. It jumps in at about 10 seconds. So if I go to 10 seconds, let's go back up to 36mm, set a keyframe, jump forward 1 frame and then change that to 50 and set another keyframe. So between those 2 frames, it's going to jump in just a bit. And this angle looks like this. Our roads down there have a very dull material. There's no reflections, so we could maybe fix that by going to reflectance, add a reflection legacy, set that to additive, and roughness 0, specular 0, and then let's just add a Fresnel to the layer color. That might just catch a few reflections and make that a bit more interesting down at that level.